Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive into DreamSnaps and some of the photo settings that we currently have and how you can use those to your benefit in DreamSnaps and with trapping villagers and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I just went ahead and did like a quick little setup here. This is nothing to write home about. Just a little something, kind of put it together so we can act like this is a DreamSnaps, and we're going to act like we're going to add a couple of characters to it. So there are a couple of things that you may need depending on how you want to do your DreamSnap. So there are a couple of ways to do this. And by the way, if you're on a floating island, which we will get to that later, if you're on a floating island, this process is going to be slightly different. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and do just like I'm in Storybook Vale right now, but this works anywhere in the valley, honestly. A couple of things that you're going to need is the cologne bottle. Okay, cologne bottle. Let's go ahead and favorite this. You can also use little lamps, which I honestly, I think it'd be easier. I don't know what it's called, but it'd be easier for me to just find it. We got them quite a while ago. Any kind of little lamp, like we can use a simple lamp here. We can use either one of these. Okay, so let's go ahead and place these down. Here is a simple lamp. And the cologne bottle. Now both of these you are going to have something covering them up. So you can put a bush kind of in front of it. You can put a plant or, you know, something to kind of cover these up, unless it's the vibe that you want. You want them to be showing. That's up to you. But for me, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be covering them up. Okay, so now that we have everything figured out, we've got the 2 pieces down here that we're going to use. About right behind me is the little lamp. Right here is the cologne bottle. I'm going to pick a character. Let's see who we should pick. Let's go with Pita. Pita Pen! Honestly, like, that's pretty sweet right there. Like, he's leaning. His pose makes him look like he's leaning on the pole. So honestly, that's pretty sweet. I probably wouldn't move him from there, but just for the sake of the video, we will bring Fairy Godmother in here. You can toggle this. It's so funny because there are so many spots in this area that this woman could go. She could go anywhere here, anywhere on this other side here, anywhere here, anywhere here, anywhere behind me. I mean, anywhere else but those 2 spots where I can't even see her. Like, you know what I mean? So this is still extremely buggy, you know, which is kind of annoying. Sometimes it will actually put them in a spot that's actually kind of good. Let's say I'm wanting to put someone next to me though, you know. What would be really easy if you brought someone in as they were following you, like if you're wanting to do just one character, which I might do with her. We're gonna have her follow you. Bring her on over. Let's see, where are we gonna want to put her? Let's put her like right next to me. Now that we have her in the spot that we want her, we're gonna go into furniture mode. Remember where she was. Okay. Light, 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 and just box her in. Boom. Talk. Bye, let's hang out later. And she will stay there until you go into a restaurant or go into your house or something. Is anyone else having these lagging issues? Or is it just me? Because it is something else. Okay, so I've got her there. Let's put one more character in here. All right, so now that I've got both characters kind of in the spot that I want them, I just wanted to show you guys kind of the placement here. So I made sure that everywhere around that character is completely closed. Like there's no little gap that they can get through to walk away. None of that business. So now as you can see, you can still see the lanterns and the cologne bottles here for my DreamSnap. So there's a couple things here that you can do. Okay, so what I would normally do is get out like a bush or something. Now, the thing that's going to be the easiest to see, that's going to be kind of hard to cover up, is going to be the fairy godmother's lamps. So those are still very, very good to use. They might just be a little bit harder to cover up. Like unless you're looking really hard, you really can't see these cologne bottles. But I mean, you can use something else. I mean, honestly, make your character a little bit closer. Like in the last video, which I will link up at the top, I'm going to put down Oswald's car. Okay. Get a little bit closer up. See the flowers in the foreground. Now, as you can see, okay, these lamps you can still see. I mean, you could use something bigger to kind of cover that up. Honestly, you really don't necessarily have to cover them up. It really just depends on your vibe. You can go a little bit further here, and you can, you know, use a bigger bush on here. You can do whatever you'd like to try to cover them up. This is the OG way to trap characters and to have them in your DreamSnaps. Alright, so here we are on a floating island. This process is going to be different. So I just want to go ahead and explain this one really quick. The thing about floating islands is, as you can see here, I have quite a few characters over there that I can choose from to put in my DreamSnap. So I know that for this one, I don't necessarily have any room like right here next to me for them, but the process will kind of be the same, you know. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, here we are in photo mode. In the photo that I took, I was really close to the camera, and I just kind of moved this close, and I mean, it was for the not Whispers of the Wind, it was the nature one that we just had. I don't even know what the name of it was, but I took a whole picture and I forgot to submit it because I took multiple pictures and I had them in my gallery, and I forgot to submit them because I was asking my friends which one looked better, and I was waiting for their response. So your girl's not going to get any moonstones this week, but you know what? That's okay. I still have the setup, which is gorgeous. So here we are, right? Okay, so we're going to use this. See Sadness right here in the background. And if there is a character here that, like, oh wow, can't believe she spawned on this side of the water. It's amazing. Also, I mean, look how cool this would be. Hold on. Look at this. That's kind of amazing. Anyway, this is cute. She doesn't really go because of her little Christmas fit, but that's okay. So if you see a character here that, like, you're thinking, oh my gosh, like, I really want to put Pocahontas in this picture, and she's not showing up. She's not on this floating island. Whatever character that you want must be on this floating island with all the other characters that you want in this picture. If you're wanting to do more than one, all of them have to be on the island, because let's say you have one of them following you, you come over to the island, you say, okay, I need to go get another one. You leave the island, that character is going to respawn back to wherever you got them from. They're not going to stay on the island. It's kind of like if you have them in a barrier in the village, like in the village, and you go into the store because you forgot to buy something, and then you come back out, they're not going to be in that trap anymore because it resets all the characters and everything you got going on. So yes, so I went ahead and took Oswald's car out. But anyway, so yes, if you're on a floating island, it's going to be roughly the same process. But honestly, I prefer being on a floating island. I have a goal to decorate my entire valley, so I'm really not going to have any areas to use for a dream snap. So I definitely use my floating island. So when you're on a floating island, like I said, you need to have your characters with you on that island. There are pieces that you can use to summon characters. Like, for example, we got this one just recently with Pocahontas' update. You go up to it, you interact with it. These are characters that they have brought from the valley. So if you have a specific one that you really want here, then you would just keep using this, dragging a lot more. Like now we have Hades here and Lumiere looks like. So you would just keep using that. And once you do that so many times and you have so many characters on here, right? But another thing that you can do is put a fence down. Like you could fence this whole thing in with enough room for all the villagers. So like you can start from back here, fence all this in, and bring out the characters that you want to use. So like you'll bring it out, bring them out, close the fence back up, and then you won't have to worry about them walking in your shot and then having to turn them off like in the photo settings. So let's say someone were to walk into your shot that you don't want. Like I don't want Oswald. Okay, so we're just gonna go find Oswald. We're gonna turn him off. Make sure that says off because you can turn him on, turn him off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So that takes them completely away. And then you can add the characters that you do definitely want. For example, Cinderella. We love Cinderella. She's going to stand there. Minnie. Love her. That's the only thing about this that is so frustrating for me personally, is it's not 100%. This Dream Snaps is not something that I normally will put a bunch of characters in unless the theme really calls for it. So I remember one theme that we did where it was the holiday celebration or something like that. That one took me forever because I put all these characters in here. I'll put it up on the screen. I did that one, and then there was another one that I did that I added a bunch of characters in that just... It's not the easiest thing, and me personally, I'm not the kind of person to stress over something like that. I'm probably not going to try for hours to get, you know, a certain character to look a certain way in a Dream Snap. It's not that serious for me. I feel like there's a lot of other things that you can put into a Dream Snap that can get you 4,000 moonstones, even top 3, than putting a bunch of characters in your shot. So I think there's a lot more to it. But I understand, you know, there's a lot of people who want to know how to add characters into their shot. Maybe you want 1 or 2 characters in there. That's totally cool. But just know, it is and can be very time consuming putting characters into your Dream Snaps. Sometimes they don't want to work, they want to be finicky, they don't want to stand here. It is what it is with this game. And that's okay because we love it. We love this game. I personally love this game. I'm obsessed. So that was that. There is one more thing that I will mention about this, is there is one more thing that you can use. They are the trophies for the Daisy's Boutique. Once you do Daisy's Boutique so many times successfully, then you get her Daisy coins. So let me just show you what I mean. Alright, so when you get into the valley, you are going to go over to Daisy's Boutique, wherever you have that in your valley. Now, I've been working on mine for quite some time now, so I have mine kind of set up like this. It's not pretty. It is not, you know, it doesn't really look good. But what you can do is you come over here, you talk to Daisy. What's the challenge today? She'll give you some topics right here, some of those that you can hit in order to make it complete. So as you can see, I try to have one of just about everything, like one of every theme, one of every movie, one of everything on here. So let's see if I have to add anything. Did I complete the challenge? No, I haven't. Now, there's one of 2 things that you can do here. Okay, You can either say, oh man, I need to figure out what that is and I need to go add it to either furniture pieces or clothing pieces, or cancel the current challenge. Yes, cancel the challenge. Speak to her again. What's the challenge today? Speak to her again. Did I complete the challenge? And I did. So as you can see up there, it gave me 100 of her coins. So if you talk to her, can I see your shop? And then it's going to be furniture. There is this right here. Okay. This right here is the basic boutique trophy. This is, I have 6 of them, so they are quite expensive. You have to do a successful Daisy's Boutique challenge for 5 days straight before you can get one of these. Now, I have 6 of them because I just went through and bought some. Yeah, I mean, you can do this if you want. These are, whenever you lay this down in your furniture mode, you can choose to hide the touch of magic items, because that's technically what this is a touch of magic item. So let me just show you what I mean. All right, so if you're wondering, my daughter gets on here and she does do some of this stuff, so she figured out how to do these touch of magic items, so that's what that is. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna add new, like in that furniture. Let me just go back and show you how I got there. Customize, furniture mode, customize, add new. You're gonna find the trophy. And that's really gonna be it. I mean, you can add something to it. It doesn't super matter. Yes. So now you can come in and manipulate it. So basically, let's just go ahead and pretend. I'm not going to drag a character, but you see how close I can get these? Okay, let's say there's a character in there. Okay, you can choose some of the other touch of magic pieces, like there's a table, there's all this other stuff, there's a TV, but the only thing is this has such a small footprint that it's not going to be really in the way whenever you're trying to decorate around it, things like that. So as you can see, we've got some there. We are in photo mode. Let's say, okay, so I've got a character in here that I want to take a picture of. Okay, have everything ready. Let's say this is the pose that I want. Okay, we're waving to the camera. Hi, hello. We're going to come over here. You see how you hit these 3 lines right here? The very first thing is touch of magic. And right now it's on. Now, what you're going to want to do, because the second that you hit this button, that character that you have in there, if you don't have them frozen in the photo menu, that character is going to go away. Like, they're going to walk off, they're going to wave, and they're going to say bye-bye, and they're going to walk away. So what you're going to want to do is turn it off. See? On, off, on, off. So you don't have to worry about, you know, covering up like the perfume bottles or the lamps or anything like that. You're going to hit off, E. Well, for me, I'm on PC. E is to take the photo. So you're going to turn it off and then take your photo. See, now your character is going to be standing there nice and pretty without anything around them. So, but these are a grind. I mean, they are. They are a grind. But to me, if you plan on having a lot of characters in your like in your DreamSnap, then it might be worth doing. But it is going to be a grind. Like I said, they are 500 a piece. You get 100 a day. So as you saw, I had 6 there. I mean, you'd probably need at least 8 or 9, maybe 10 to really go around a character. So you're talking about a pretty penny here. You're talking about an investment, but like I said, if it's worth it to you, then you get on with your bad self. Now, since we're here, we will go ahead and just talk a little bit more about the settings in photo mode. So let's just go ahead and get there. So let's just say this is where I'm at here, and this is the DreamSnap that I'd like. You go ahead and you know, pick your pose, whichever one of these poses that you want. We're go with this one because it's Yzma. She loves herself. So whatever, you know, pick whatever you want. So you can pick what time of day, you can do the weather, you can do a, you know, a filter, whatever you want to do here. Make it yours. So for me personally, okay, I like to make it to where, I mean, depending on the theme, but for the majority of themes, this one works really well. Right now it's basically nighttime where I'm at when I'm filming, but I will go ahead and make it. This is why it's so important, guys. It's so important to find that light. You see how that light's hitting me right here? Now, if I was standing any other way, that moon would not be hitting me. Or I'm so sorry. This is daytime. The sun's not going to be hitting me right in the face. Okay, you want that natural glow in there. You can create a nice glow with these, but it's not as raw and not as good, in my opinion, as just having that sun hit you. Because you can build on top of that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, does anybody else think her feet look weird in this pose? I can't even see how that she's even doing that. Anyway, moving on. So, what I always do is this is that that glow right here, right? So I make sure that I'm on that. Normally I like the photo to be nice and clear, but if you want that kind of blurred background, then keep it just like this. As of right now, I do 10, 10. Okay, makes it nice and crisp. Even turn it down even just a little bit. It is what it is. Contrast, I will normally put up just a little bit, but saturation. Now, saturation is probably my favorite setting. Just look at that. Look how vivid and yummy that color looks. I love it. Turn up that brightness just a little bit. And on top of that, whenever you have it during this time of day, this is when the lights turn on. Like if I were to have a house back here, the lights would turn on in the house. I had lanterns back here. I had whatever it may be. Those lights would come on because it's right there when you still have enough light outside, but so you have the glow from those lights. So that's kind of something to note as well. For me personally, I moved this up to 1 because I don't know if you can tell. See how around the edges it's a little bit darker. I completely eliminate that to really bring some life into the shot. I do not mess with color temperature, and I do not mess with color tint. I mean, maybe one day, but today ain't the day. Highlights, I turn it up just a little bit. Shadows, don't mess with that. I personally don't. I mean, maybe there's a DreamSnap theme out there that it will go with, but not right now. Character lighting is huge. You want your character to stand out. Now, something to note. If you have Pocahontas standing here and you have Peter Pan standing here, if you mess with this character lighting, they also are going to be lit up just like your character. So you could turn it, I mean, you could really do it up. I usually go about in the 40s, depending on, you know, where I'm at, where the shot is, you know, feel that out. Now, light bloom, like I said, depends on the theme. You could do it just a little bit, but I mean, you don't want to go too much. You see this? I mean, and that would probably look good for some theme, but you know, for the most of them, it doesn't. You could turn it up just a little bit. I normally will just bump it up just a little bit because I believe a nice eye-catching shot will look good. Some themes, this rotation is super good. I even kind of like that. I don't know. Anyway, this was kind of the settings that I have kind of grown to use for my DreamSnaps. Normally I would have some Bayou fireflies right up in here, just kind of floating around, bring some more life into the shot. So yes, here we are at the end of this video. So I am hoping that I answered your questions as far as the settings for the photo mode go. It can be really, really finicky to use. So it's something that you'll just have to try to do on your own. Give it a couple of tries. You just have to kind of mess with it a little bit. The characters are probably not going to go exactly where you want them to go. You will have to move them and trap them. But I hope that this video has kind of made things a little bit easier for you. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, look down below. Leave me a nice comment and, you know, I will get back to you. I can make a video on it. Just let me know what you want to see. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful and blessed evening or day or wherever that you are. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.